Is that all you've got? I went through Seheron, you little shits!
Considering Bull is yelling that at Qunari, throwing spears and gadlock in our faces while running through mystical elven ruins, Seheron sounds like a fun place, doesn't it? Located in the Boreal Ocean, just north of the coast of Tevinter, Seheron is Thedas' largest island. On it is also a city called Seheron, which by pure coincidence is the largest as well. Seheron has been in the possession of Tevinter for most of its early history. The architecture on the island is reflecting that past constantly. There are Tevinter ruins scattered all over. It wasn't until 632 Steel that the island saw some action. Not only did the island get some action, the Tevinterers also got a good ass whooping. The rapidly expanding Qunari, after successfully taking Parvolan, spread to Seheron, and after a period of 10 years they not only held the island but also part of mainland Tevinter. Although the Qunari were pushed back over the years, the two factions eventually reached a stalemate, resulting from the Battle of the Noken Sea. It was the largest naval fight in recorded history, and to give Tevinter some credit here, they did manage to hold their own against Qunari dreadnoughts. During the New Exalted Marches, in the period of 725 to 785 storm, the Qunari were hit another 3 times. Here I must give credit to the Qunari. They managed to weather against 3 Exalted Marches from both chantries, without either side having a clear victory over the other. They did lose Seheron, however. Over the generations, the people of Seheron wanted to rebuild their country, which was fucked pretty hard by a multitude of wars. The Qunari, just like we know them, didn't give a fuck and started another offensive in 855 Blessed, which lasted 3 years. This did eventually grant them lasting control of the island from the Imperium. Despite that, Seheron is still considered Kabethari to them, a land to be conquered and converted. Literal translation is those who need to be taught. Qunari have a loose control, but are met with heavy Tevinter resistance, and only adding to the chaos are the Tel'Vashoth and the Fog Warriors who are fighting against both. It is common among the Beresart, the vanguard of the Qunari, to task their young soldiers, commonly those around or even below 18 years, to protect the port of Seheron city. Yes, they do get the occasional assassin, spy or others, but it's still a safe position, unlike the rest of the island. Service anywhere else is considered hazardous. Large numbers of Qunari soldiers fall to local groups of Tevinter, natives or Tel'Vashoth. Yet those that survive aren't exactly lucky either. Prolonged time on Seheron breaks even the most veteran officer from the constant stress that one experiences in the jungles. To the Qunari it is known as Asalatar, meaning soul sickness. Despite that, among the Fog Warriors, the Fog Dancers tell stories of how Seheron used to be before the Imperium invaded. They tell tales of how the legendary griffins were originally from the island, the ancient curse of Nahar that brought the fog to the jungles, the March of 4 Winds, about the people who fled to the northern islands, and people that learned from the elves. Those of the natives not under Qunari protection came to hate the Imperium as much as the Qunari. Those two did after all devastate their island. Still, many of the natives have accepted the Qun, especially the many former slaves. In their eyes, the Qun offers an alternative to the oppression of the imperial rule. Somehow. At least in the Qun, elves are respected and can hold offices, I guess. As a closing note, it's perhaps worth mentioning that the Ben Hasrath, the Qunari spies, recommend a 2-year maximum tour of service on Seheron. Bull, the crazy bastard, served for 10.